if you looking crazy because you not just telling the truth. Just break the fourth wall, because this girl done already bust you out. This girl done already made you look like crazy. Okay, she done already made you and your family look crazy. So you might as well just go ahead and break the fourth wall and tell the people what going on. Because girl, Nneka got a good point. She said, now how in the hell you saying you don't know Lebe, but you didn't invite her to your baby ceremony, right? And then in the speech, you telling people that this is the girl that you want your daughter to be like. I said, oh, girl, I can Wendy, I can't help you, girl. Wendy, I cannot help you, mama. I cannot help you, girl. Oh, you got to tell the full story. If you're going to tell it, you got to tell it all, mama, because you looking crazy out here in the street, girl. Nneka got you looking real crazy, real suspect, real suspicious, like. You might want to get your... Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Belle, and this is the Belle Perspective. And today I'm coming at you with another review for the Real Housewives of Potomac. This is season 8, episode 5, High in the Austin Sky. If you're brand new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I talk about books, movies, TV, anything you can pretty much formulate an opinion on. That's what we talk about on this channel, okay? And so if you're looking for a community in this abyss of noise, you found one right here. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to like this video before you leave. Let's get into the review. I feel like I joined at the wrong time, y'all. I feel like I started watching this show at the wrong time, and the reason why I say that is because the hell have y'all been watching for the last 7 seasons? Because if this is what this is, and I'm not going all the way back. I said I started watching at season 6. I can't. Like, the way this season is terrible. And I hate to complain every time I get on the camera, but it is dreadful. It is dreadful, y'all. Dreadful. Anyway, okay. So the girls get together. They're going shopping to prepare for their Austin trip. It's Giselle, it's Mia, it's Ashley. And this scene was very much, we're not going to talk about our personal lives. I don't plan on ever talking about my personal life. However, there is some drama going on with the person I do not like. So let's eat this up with a spoon and fork. For those who are interested, I definitely want to encourage folks to read the book. It's this book. It's called Black Magic: Religion and the African American Conjuring Tradition. Please don't let the title scare you or make you think that it's about some, witchcraft and all the other foods. Please just, if you're interested, okay, I'm going to talk about this maybe one more time throughout the video, but basically the author, her name is Yvonne Chireau, okay? And so this book explores the role of conjure for African Americans and looks at the transformations of conjure over time. Chireau, who's the author, also writes the dichotomy between magic and religion. With its groundbreaking analysis of an often misunderstood tradition, this book adds an important perspective to our understanding of the myriad dimensions of human spirituality. I just think it's really important to have a balanced look at certain things, and I think the way that they're tackling it is very Western, very colonized, very whitewashed, for lack of a better term, phrase, anything. But definitely read it if you're interested. I would hope that you would be, just so that you can understand that the religion that we believe, that's widespread within our country, was not what we believed. And what we believed then, something wrong with that, right? There was nothing wrong with it. But anyway, take it or leave it here and there. I might drop it one more time. I had to get out, I had to get on my soapbox real quick, talk about that chat, because it's real ignorant. The conversations we having on this show right now in this season, as of late, been real ignorant. Been real ignorant, y'all. Been real ignorant. Okay, so we get to Nneka. All right. She is trying to have a baby. Now, originally, it sounded like she wanted to just have her life, live her life, and worry about a baby later. It sounds like now that she has gotten a little bit older, against her or against the judgment of her family, they told her, go ahead and hurry up and have a baby now. I feel like she's regretting that a little bit. So they're at the gynecologist, gynecologist, OBGYN, just trying to figure out if everything is okay with her. Her husband, Ike, is like, ain't nothing wrong with us. We just need to increase the frequency of our, our time. She is snipping at him and just going on and on. And in the confessional, she says that she feels regret about blasting Wendy's family. We're talking about shrines, and that, shrines in Nigerian culture is real, and that when someone submits your name to a shrine, it is about pure death and destruction. So what I personally feel, and this has been the word on the curb because I've been trying to like listen to different podcasters, and I was listening to Carlos King's podcast. And from what it sounds like when new girls are being introduced to the show, and I do remember this from Real Housewives of Atlanta, when new girls are being introduced to the show, they need to have someone that they can be introduced to by proxy, right? Here's my good girlfriend, Tracy. I have known Tracy for however long. I'm introducing her into the girl group. Now, you may not have known Tracy for as long as they said you did, or you may have just met her yesterday, but because you know someone who knows someone, right? Or you have some sort of 6 degree of separation between Tracy. That's how they're going to introduce her to the show. And so what it sounds like is that Ivy Lebe is trying to get Wendy to introduce Nneka onto the show. But Wendy's like, I don't know that girl like that. We not, like we cool, but we not cool like that. Now, also, actually, I'll get into my theory a little bit further because I do think that Wendy is not telling the full truth. I do not feel like Wendy is telling the full truth about everything. I wish that she would just break the fourth wall and tell us that Girly wanted me to introduce her to the show, but I didn't want to do that because my sister and her friend had already fallen out. Because that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like the sister and her in-law had fallen out, and they have an on again, off again relationship. And by the time that the in-law tried to reach out to Wendy to get her on the show to connect her with Nneka, she was like, I don't even fool with that girl like that. That's what it feels like to me. And I'll also show you a tweet that Wendy had sent that she tweeted last night. So we'll get into that in just a second. Okay. So the doctor says everything is fine. She is able to have a child, but maybe, there's a lot of stress. It just feels like she's trying to check a box. And girl, quiet as it's kept, girl, you said you was taking prenatal vitamins with champagne every morning. Girl, like that's not, if you're really trying to have a baby mama, that's not the way. You went to law school, so I didn't think that we need to be having this kind of conversation with you, but mama, that's not the way. Okay, I don't think that that's conducive to having a baby at all. But what do I know? I didn't go to law. All right, we get to Mia. So I was a little confused. So I had to watch the episode again just so I can understand what was going on with Mia. But apparently, they're going to counseling, obviously, and they are. Gregory is doing a lot of work. Gregory, is his name Gregory? Oh, that's married to medicine. Gordon. Gordon is doing a lot of work and really trying to put them back in a financial position where they're comfortable like they were when he was working at the Joint Chiropractic, the family business. Now, Mia is more concerned. She is concerned about that, right? But she's also concerned about the person that took their life because of the legal action. So let me just set up the story. It's a very sad story, actually. It's very, very sad. So they hired an attorney to manage the sale of a business, right? As they went through that process, they got the money from the sale, but the attorney who managed the process took their money, took some of the money, took some of the earnings and put it in escrow, okay? And didn't give it back to them. Held it, kept it, didn't say anything. So Gordon decided that he was going to take legal action against this attorney who managed the sale of their business. They took legal action because this person owes them money, right? He willingly, knowingly, took their money. And the attorney was found guilty. He made a confession. He opened up, talked about why he did it, or I don't know if he went into detail as to why he did it, but he did confess. Made a statement. He got disbarred, and then a week or two later, he ended up taking his life. And so that's weighing heavy on Mia. That is a very sad thing to go through, but I really want her to understand that that wasn't her fault, right? Like that's not, and it's easier for me to say that really wasn't your fault, right? If somebody you have the right to defend yourself. That's really what I want to say. You have the right to defend yourself by any means necessary. So if someone is, or, by any means that's legal, lawful, etc., there's caveats to that too. But again, in the frame of this, right? We're talking about white collar crimes. You need to hit them back with the same kind of white collar ramifications, right? So you have the right to defend yourself. Someone steals your money, take legal action. Outside of that, there's really nothing else you could do about that, right? You're sorry for what happened. You would never want somebody to, hurt themselves or harm themselves, but he took your money, girl, and y'all are damn near on the street anyway, right? Like, I don't want to sound insensitive because I understand, I get where the empathy is coming from, but also I think that you had a right to defend yourself. Okay. Now, at the pool, okay, so they going to Austin. I skipped through so much because it was just so unnecessary. I mean, it was just such unnecessary mess going on. The girls are on the phone talking to their mamas, about to get ready to go. They packing. Just unnecessary stuff that they were showing us. They get in the car, splitting them up between their signs, whether you're a fire sign, a water sign, or your immutable sign, etc. They get to Austin. They have a beautiful suite. Some of the girls had nice rooms. Some others, we haven't seen all the girls' rooms, so you know how they do it. They give one or two girls a nice room instead of all the girls a nice room. Anyway, so we, I just, it just, I'm tired. And then Karen went into the whole pie thing. Karen, girl, just say you still got issue with Robyn and you addressed half of it and you still got more. Just say that shit, because, girl, we was tired. I was tired. Girl, wasn't nothing going on, girl. Y'all talking about pies and putting it in the freezer and cutting it in half. And, girl, Karen, girl, get away from me with this, okay? Get away from me with this. So all the girls are getting into their rooms and they are all meeting each other downstairs at the pool. Now, this is where the bullshit gets started, okay? It's always some bullshit going on RHOP. So the initial bullshit is happening, Candace and Giselle. Now, again, here I am. I am saying to you that I'm working my way through season 6. So fill me in on where I messed up or where I'm missing stuff. But just Chris asked Giselle to get into, and I've only watched it. I'm not watching the episodes more than once. I'm only doing it once because this is already a chore. Quiet as it's kept anyway. Okay. So Chris asked Giselle, pulled her aside, and asked Giselle to go into a room, right? Giselle is going around telling everyone that she feels like Chris made her feel uncomfortable. Now, Giselle has every right to feel uncomfortable. That's how she feels. But she has yet to express exactly how. And again, I'm in season 6, so I'm still trying to hear for what she's saying. She's saying a whole lot, but she's not saying exactly what he did to make her feel uncomfortable. And that's my problem. You're saying that he said he made you feel uncomfortable, but what did he do? Okay. She's saying he didn't do anything necessarily, but she just feels uncomfortable that he asked her to go into a room and close the door. And I'm thinking to myself, girl, you didn't have to do any of that. You could have just said, no, I'm good. Let's stand outside. Let's just be right here. I Am I wrong for that? Am I wrong with that? And Giselle says nothing good can come from me having a conversation with Candace. Candace says the very same thing. She ignores me because she thinks my black ass is about to disappear, but I'm right here. So they listen, I think that it's dead in the water, right? If they ever did decide to come back and try to be friends, let them do that on their own organically, because there has been entirely too much going on between betwixt and between the two of them, and it's still quite fresh. Okay, it is still quite fresh. Now, on the side, Mia and Robyn talk, and they're kind of walking down the street, and Mia tells Robyn about the situation about the attorney who stole their money, and that person eventually took took their life. Now, Robyn went through the very same, something very similar. A couple seasons ago, maybe 3 or 4 seasons ago, someone took their money and ended up taking their life after confessing to it. And so Robyn understands. But did y'all feel like Robyn was very empathetic in that moment? Looking at Robyn like, girl, that's all you got for her? The way she responded sounded like the girl dog died or something. Like, it was just very, oh, sorry to hear that. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that, Mia. Like, it just didn't seem like, girl, listen, that is a painful experience. And maybe it's the way that they edited it. I don't know. But I was like, girl, that's all you got? Oh my God, you're gonna make me want to cry. Like, it didn't seem genuine. But anyway, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm a little bit more empathetic in terms of somebody giving me, real life things that are happening or going on with them. So I was just like, girl, that's all you got for her? That's it? Okay. Huh. Anyway, so Robyn and Mia return. Now all the women are sitting by the pool. And they bring up the situation with Nneka. Now, Wendy, again, I hear you, and I have an idea of what part of the story is with you, but you're not telling us the full story. Now, let's go back to what I said from the beginning of the video. I think, and this is word on the curb, this is also coming from Carlos King, who is predicting he should be paying attention more to his own shows as opposed to Bravo, but that's fine. Okay, we're here. His prediction was that somebody, Lebe, was trying to get introduce Nneka to Wendy so that she could use Wendy's name to be added to the show, to be a part of the circle, part of the friend group, right? Wendy did not want to. It sounded like Wendy was not about that. Now, if you see this tweet right here, this tweet right here came from last night. Wendy tweeted that Lebe reached out to her, asked her, my in-law is coming in from LA. Bravo reached out to her. They want to get her on the show. Can you guys meet so that you can be basically what Ashley was for Nneka? Okay. Now, it sounded like, you see this little blow off right here, girl. My schedule, my calendar is nuts. That sounds like, no, girl, I don't have nothing to do with this. Okay. And the reason why I'm thinking, now this is just me throwing in my 2 cents. I am thinking that Lebe and Ivy are on and on, off again, back again, on again, off again friends. And so this might have been one of the times when Ivy and Lebe were not friends and they weren't fooling with each other and they weren't had nothing to do with each other, right? And hence the reason why it's like, we don't want to have nothing to do with her. We don't want to have nothing to do with nothing that girl was down there doing. We don't want to have nothing to do with nothing. And so that's the reason why Wendy's mama called and was like, don't you keep my daughter name out your motherfucking mouth. That's what I think. Now, if Wendy was just open and honest with that, just break the fourth wall, you might as well, since you done already did it with a text message, you might as well finish breaking the rest of the fourth wall. But I don't, she's not doing it. So then Nneka says, listen, you're trying to say that it's an argument between sisters or friends, Libby and Ivy, but that's not the truth, right? That's not the truth. It's your mother found out that you were mad, or your people found out that, or thought that I was trying to use your name, but I don't even know you, and you were mad because you thought that you all wanted to be the only Nigerian on the show. Like, they're just throwing things out there, and of course all the girls are like, yep, Wendy just wants to be the only Nigerian on the show. Like, it's the dumbest thing I don't think that's, who would want to, why? Okay, so let's be for real. Let's be for real. There are black people, we already know all skin folk ain't kin folk, right? So we do know some black folks in some spaces that want to be the only, okay? But a lot of times, that type of power dynamic and power structure typically usually happens when European people are involved. Okay. I'm not saying that it's not possible, but I'm saying because of the power structure that exists in this country, that I want to be the only, or I have to be the only, typically that dynamic only presents itself, for the most part, right? For the most part, it only presents itself when you have European persuasion people, inside people. And I'm like looking at these girls like, y'all just really want to have something to say about Wendy. Now, don't get me wrong, Wendy, if you looking crazy because you're not just telling the truth. Just break the fourth wall, because this girl done already bust you out. This girl done already made you look like crazy. Okay, she done already made you and your family look crazy. So you might as well just go ahead and break the fourth wall and tell the people what's going on. Because girl, Nneka got a good point. She said, now how in the hell you saying you don't know Lebe, but you didn't invite her to your baby ceremony, right? And then in the speech, you telling people that this is the girl that you want your daughter to be like. I said, oh, oh, girl, I can Wendy, I can't help you, girl. Wendy, I cannot help you, mama. I cannot help you, girl. Oh, you got to tell the full story. And if you're going to tell it, you got to tell it all, mama, because you looking crazy out here in the street, girl. Nneka got you looking real crazy, real suspect, real suspicious. Like, that's my take, y'all. I think that Ivy and Lebe have a on-again, off-again relationship. And it got to a point where Wendy was like, all right, I'm not fooling with her no more. I don't want to fool. Because even with the text message that I just showed y'all, she was like, ooh, girl, my calendar is nuts. Girl, just say you don't want to fool with her, right? But I don't know. I don't know. These are my thoughts. These are my opinions. You guys get down in the comments. Let me know what you think about the episode. Child, is ridiculous. Again, I want to share the book by Yvonne Chireau. It is called Black Magic. It looks at the origins, meaning, and uses of conjure, the African American tradition of healing and harming that evolved from African, European, and American elements from the slavery period to well into the 20th century. Explores the role of conjure for African Americans and looks at the transformation of conjure over time. Chireau also rewrites the dichotomy between magic and religion with its groundbreaking analysis of an often misunderstood tradition. This book adds an important perspective to our understanding of the myriad dimensions of human spirituality. I think it's a great read. I think you will learn a lot about African tradition, and you'll also be able to read an analysis of it. It's not some sort of spirituality book. It's not anything to try to convert you into some sort of spiritual practices. It is a study from an anthropologist, sociologist, and someone who's actually put well thought into this, documented historical thought and excerpts from and why and how and who, uh academia. You know what I mean? So it's not just some book of tricks and mojo, right? It's none of that. It's actual analysis of spirituality and religion and what people may consider to be magic. So please definitely check it out if you have an opportunity. I encourage thought, educational thought. Please do not continue to perpetuate ignorance about Igbo religions, practices, spirituality. Please do not continue to perpetuate African ignorance, ignorance around African spirituality or anything like that. We don't want to have nothing to do with that, because those are our ancestors. That's where we came from. And baby, when we got on this planet, when we put our foot on this dirt, baby, we have been lied to, bamboozled, and hoodwinked. Okay. Anyway, get into the comments. Tell me what you think about the episode, child. I try to do what I could do, because baby, they ain't gave hardly nothing. I can't wait to Married to Medicine. Get it, hop on over there, talk to them, get into my Married to Medicine video. Okay, child. I have much more energy there. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.